Dear students, today we are going to discuss about the chemi-osmotic hypothesis. Already previous classes we will detailedly discuss about light reaction in those of non-cyclic electron transport or non-cyclic photophosphorylation and cyclic electron transport or cyclic photophosphorylation. So these two phosphorylations to be released some amount of protons. So these protons to be utilized ATP. These protons to be utilized ATP production. ATP production. So, dear students, chemi-osmotic hypothesis is proposed by Peter Mitchell in the year 1961. This hypothesis or this theory clearly explains proton concentration gradient in thylakoid membranes as well as lumen. So, dear students, this is one of the thylakoid. This is one of the thylakoid. Generally, one specific chloroplast containing one fluid matrix that is called stroma. So, this stroma containing flattened shaft-like structures that is known as thylakoids. Those thylakoids are arranged one piles of stacks like coins, that is called grana. That is called grana. But here this is a thylakoid. But here this is a thylakoid. So thylakoids are present in stroma of chloroplast. Stroma of chloroplast. So dear students, this is a outer membrane thylakoid. This is a inner membrane thylakoid. So this thylakoid containing some empty space or cavity, that is called lumen, and this is a stroma, that is one fluid matrix, that is called stroma, and also so this lumen containing OEC, oxygen evolving complex, or photolysis of water by means inner membrane of thylakoid. Inner membrane of thylakoid are containing oxygen evolving complex or photolysis of water, and outer membrane of thylakoid containing NADP reductase enzyme. NADP reductase enzyme. So dear students, already previous classes we will detailedly discuss about non-cyclic electron transport or cyclic electron transport. But here first we will discuss about non-cyclic electron transport. So dear students, so non-cyclic electron transport. So in this transport to be present two photosystems. One is photosystem 2, another one is photosystem 1. First will be present photosystem 2, second will be present photosystem 1. So photosystem 2, so to be absorbed shorter wavelength of red light, approximately 680 nm, to be excited and jump to be released some amount of the electrons. These electrons to move one carrier to another carrier, one carrier to another carrier, finally to be reach photosystem 1. Finally to be reach photosystem 1. So dear students, PS2 electrons to be passing through electron carriers, finally to be reach of PS1. So this is a one type of electron transport chain. So this electron transport chain mainly involved quinone, plastoquinone, cytochrome B6F complex and plastocyanin. But here mainly cytochrome B6 and F complex. So this cytochrome B6 and F complex is always transport of electrons and translocation of protons from stroma to lumen. From stroma to lumen, this is the important function are here, cytochrome B6 and F. Cytochrome is one of the iron sulfur protein. This iron sulfur protein of cytochrome B6 is always to be helping transport of electrons one carrier to another carrier, and then translocation of protons from stroma to lumen, This is a stroma. Thylakoid membrane surrounded by stroma. This is a lumen. So protons to be move stroma to lumen. How many protons each time? 2 protons. One pair of protons. So dear students, one pair of protons to be moved stroma to lumen with the help of cytochrome B6 F complex. At the same time, the PS1 is also to be carrying electrons one carrier to another carrier between of the ferridoxine and plastoquinone, cytochrome B6, cytochrome F and plastocyanin. At the same, the cytochrome B6 and the cytochrome F are involved within the help of electron transport and proton translocations. So these protons safely move to stroma to lumen. But here first observed non-cyclic electron transport of PS2 and PS1. Between of PS2 and PS1, the mainly cytochrome B6 to be carrying of 2 protons from stroma to lumen. So the lumen containing 2 protons. This is a first step. And second step over here, let us. So already one water molecule splitted in this place, that is especially inner membrane of thylakoid. The inner membrane of thylakoid to be containing one water molecule near the PS2 complex. By means PS2 is closely associated with the one water molecule is responsible for oxygen leveling complex, short form OEC. Okay now. So this one H2O molecule to be splitted in the presence of light, to be resulted 2 electrons, 2 protons of O2 molecule, that is called photolysis of water. So this H2O molecule to be produced how many protons? 2 protons, that is one pair of protons. So these protons to be occupied in the lumen. But these 2 electrons so to be receiving of the PS2 and half OT to be released in the stroma to be utilized photosynthesis process. This is the end of the product. So O2 is one of the end product for photosynthesis. This O2 to be released in the stroma, but protons are occupied in the lumen. These electrons, one pair of electrons to be receiving of PS2, and this PS2 to be receiving of electrons and it will be transported through electron chain system within the PS1. So already this lumen containing 2 protons. At the same time, the water molecule to be produced 2 protons. So totally 4 protons are being of the lumen. So in this time, the lumen containing higher proton concentration. So the higher proton concentration containing lumen. So in this time, within the help of one ATP synthase enzyme, or one factor, that is coupling factor. So coupling factor is located between of the outer membrane, inner membrane, and also stroma. Okay now. So this ATP synthase enzyme or coupling factor containing 2 parts. One is F0, second one is F1. F0 that is stalk, F0 that is stalk, F1 that is head. This is the head part, this is the stalk part or tail part. Already lumen containing several types of protons, approximately 4 protons are here. In this type, the lumen containing higher concentration gradient, higher proton concentration gradient. The higher proton concentration, protons to be moved inside of the stroma, with the help of ATP synthetase enzyme, ATP synthetase enzyme or coupling factor. The ATP synthetase enzyme or coupling factor are consist of 2 parts. Okay, now one is F0, second one is F1. F0 are here stalk or tail, F1 are here head. Okay, now so these protons to move down concentration gradient. These protons to move down concentration gradient from lumen to stroma. In this time to be released some amount of the energy. So this energy are replaced adenosine diphosphate and inorganic phosphate to be make one ATP molecule with the help of ATP synthetase enzyme. By means protons to be moved higher concentration region to lower concentration region. So here where higher concentration region that is lumen, lower concentration region that is stroma. With the help of ATP synthetase enzyme or coupling factor. Okay, clearly understood. Lumen containing higher concentration, stroma containing lower concentration. Why? Because lumen containing higher concentration already to be occupied protons. So these protons are having to higher concentration gradient. So the higher concentration gradient of protons to be moved downwards of the lower concentration gradient of stroma with the help of ATP synthetase enzyme. This ATP synthetase enzyme consists of 2 parts, F0, F1, that is stalk and that is head. So F0 is always embedded in the membrane. With the help of pegylated membrane, or pegylated diffusion within the proton membrane. And F1 is always to be at the catalytic site. By means is always synthesize ATP molecules in this place. So hence, so the higher concentration of protons to be moved downwards the lower concentration of the region. That is, protons to be moved lumen to stroma with the help of ATP synthetase enzyme or coupling factor. So anyhow, in non-cyclic electron transport or non-cyclic photophosphorylation to be released 4 protons, and cyclic electron transport or cyclic photophosphorylation to be released 2 protons. Totally lumen containing how many protons? 6 protons. But clearly shown are here 4 protons or H plus ions. Clearly shown are for non-cyclic electron transport. And 3 protons to be make one ATP molecules. So here 6 protons to be make how many ATP molecules? That is 2 ATP molecules. Every time 3 protons are to be make one ATP molecules. One ATP molecules to be synthesized with the help of 3 protons. So this hypothesis or this theory is clearly proposed by Mitchell in this year 1961. So dear students, so this theory is clearly help to understand how is synthesis of ATP molecules in non-cyclic electron transport or cyclic electron transport. Cyclic electron transport. Anyhow, protons to be make ATP molecules in the stroma. Why? Because stroma containing thylakoids as well as containing photosynthetic enzymes. And next coming to our here, so the inner membrane thylakoid containing OEC or photolysis of water, but the outer membrane thylakoid one type of enzyme, that is NADP reductase enzyme. So this NADP reductase enzyme to be containing first of all NADP. This NADP again to be receiving of protons, then will be converted to NADPH plus H plus. NADPH plus H plus. Why? Because so these protons to be released some amount of the energy. This energy to be utilized adenosine diphosphate and inorganic phosphate to be make adenosine triphosphate. Then after these protons to be joining NADP to be converted NADPH plus H plus with the help of NADP reductase enzyme. So dear students, overall are here. This is a outer membrane thylakoid, this is a inner membrane thylakoid, and thylakoid containing some empty space or cavity, that is called lumen. So NADP reductase enzyme are located outer membrane thylakoid. OEC or photolysis of water are located inner membrane of thylakoid. The lumen containing some amount of the protons. The stroma containing ATP synthesis enzyme. So ATP to be made in the stroma. Okay, now thank you.